Hello and welcome to the second part of my depression story. If you want to see the part 1, the link will be in the description. I recovered completely from my first depressive episode and everything was great for 3 years. In 3 years I had a relapse. So I'm going to tell you how it happened. I caught a common cold and instead of calling in sick, I just went to work with a fever for about 3 to 4 days. After that, my common cold turned into a very serious infection. I had a very high fever for a long time and I had to take a lot of antibiotics for a long time also. And after I finally recovered from this infection, I realized my depression is back. And it wasn't as bad as the first time, but it was still bad enough to ruin my entire life. I had very low mood again, I had insomnia again, severe fatigue, and worst of all, I had a flat affect or anhedonia, which means basically I didn't feel any emotions and I completely lost my creativity. I've always been a highly sensitive, highly creative person, and even throughout my first depressive episode I stayed that way. I never thought that it's something that I could lose. I had a creative passion and a creative day job. I worked really hard to build this life for myself, and before this relapse I really enjoyed almost every minute of my life, and so suddenly suddenly feeling completely flat, it was extremely upsetting to me. Rest didn't help. I also did all the things that helped me get better the first time, and this time it did not help at all. When I was exercising, I only felt worse. So I was in and out of mental hospital again. I tried several medications. Again, they worked a little bit, but not much. It was not enough. I did TMS, but that didn't help me at all. After that, I decided to do ECT, which stands for electroconvulsive therapy or shock therapy. I did 2 courses of ECT. At first I did 8 treatments of ECT and it didn't help me much, but the next time, in combination with another medication, I did 10 treatments of ECT and it did help. Yes, I had some side effects. It triggered temporary hallucinations and some temporary memory loss, but it wasn't a big deal. I don't think that ECT is as barbaric as a lot of people think it is. So ECT helped me, and I don't regret doing this, but I still was nowhere near where I wanted to be. I went home and started researching all kinds of alternative therapies. So I started experimenting with my diet again, and some changes that I made a huge impact on me. I wish I knew this in the beginning of my illness. I'll name some of the changes I made to my diet. I added lots of greens, I added bone broth, I cut out sugar, I started eating more eggs, and there were some other changes also. I'll definitely make a detailed video about the diet because this topic is just too important. I also found out that Light therapy was helpful. I bought a light box and it improved my mood a little bit, not too much, but it was useful. I also changed the way I exercise. During my first depressive episode, I was running a lot and it was really helpful, but now things changed for some reason. Running only makes me worse and yoga fits me much better. Also, I noticed that the first time, the more I pushed myself, the better I felt, and right now it's just not the case. I do graded exercise therapy instead, which means that I don't push myself too hard. I make sure that I stop before I get tired. So slowly but steadily I'm getting better with time, and the difference between how I feel right now and how I felt at the beginning of my relapse is enormous. But unfortunately, I'm still not where I want to be. My mood and my sleep are perfectly fine most days. I still struggle with fatigue and flat affect though. The fatigue is quite manageable, and the thing that upsets me the most is this flat affect or anhedonia. I think they are the same things. If they are not, please leave me a comment, I want to know about it. I used to be fun and creative and exciting and complex type of person, and right now everything is kind of boring and empty. I also have good days and bad days, and on good days sometimes I feel the glimpses of my own self. Today is unfortunately a bad day for me. The good thing is that I notice that I get better over time, and I will continue to keep doing things that make me feel better, and I will definitely keep fighting, and I hope someday I can say that I'm in full remission. And I encourage you also to keep fighting. No matter how hard it is, no matter how painful it is, believe me, I understand, I've been there, but don't listen to the things that depression tell you. It definitely can get better. If I could do it, anybody can. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day.